are back and we're live from Ecuador. We're at CrossFit Guayaquil right now with Carlos Andrade, my good friend, and just landed, and he brought me out here and they're going crazy. Look over here, they're already working out and going nuts. It's only 9 a.m. and I think they've had like 3 or 4 classes already, like 100 people come through, 500 members, it's nuts. Anyways, the talk of the day is 12.5 thrusters and pull-ups, and not any kind of pull-ups, it's a chest to bar pull-up. So we're just gonna talk a little bit about some stuff that can help you prep for that. I did a bunch of videos last year, you can review all those, but I just wanna show you a very quick thing, and Carlos is gonna be our sexy model. So the first thing we're gonna do is just some shoulder passes, okay? So you're gonna grab the PVC pipe and you're just gonna show us some shoulder passes. Here's the thing, if you watch this from a profile, Carlos, if you could face this direction, if you watch this from a profile, the first thing I'm looking at is making sure that his butt is on. So he has to squeeze his butt, he's already getting a little bit of hip extension. The hips are gonna be used a lot in the thrusters, and I wanna make sure that I finish tall. So right here, what I'm thinking about first is the hips on, butt on. Belly and rib cage is tight. We are in South America right now, but we don't wanna look like Shakira, right? It's not the dance, right? So we need to keep the rib cage down. And now, the next thing is this. I don't want to see him making any facial expressions. So as you go do the shoulder pass, no facial expressions. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to separate his face, his neck from his shoulders. Now, keep going. Butt is tight, belly is on, no Shakira dancing, facial expressions are numb. He's a machine right now. And what I want to start seeing is, can the shoulder move up into the ears and behind? So up into the ears and behind. We're looking for full range of motion. This is just us considering position number 1. We want it to be neutral and solid. Do we have that? And then the second thing we want to do is we want to focus on getting the shoulders warmed up. So we're going to just go through full range of motion. Now, a couple of those and you're good to go. He's already sweating. It's not that it's 100 degrees here or anything. He's already sweating though. So put the PVC pipe down. Can you handle one more thing?
Yeah.
Let's go. So this is from CrossFit Gymnastics, a classic shoot through. Can you show us what a shoot through is? So he's just gonna start from a push-up position and he's gonna kick through into basically a push-up position, but with his feet in front of it. Super important here is that when we finish in this front position, our hips go into as much extension as we can. We want to open up the front portion of that hip, but not just that. I want this portion of the shoulder opened up. That shoulder and external rotation and extension is going to make his rack position better, and he's going to make him feel better overhead when he finishes the thrusters. So that's super important. So go ahead and kick back. When he finishes in push-up position, the belly is going to be on, butt is going to be tight, and he's just going to kick through from there, and he wants to see if he can find that good shoulder position where he fast goes into external rotation of the shoulder. Go ahead and kick through for me. And fast into external rotation. You can see that there's a little dip here. That means that there's some tightness, but eventually if he does this maybe 10, 20 times, it's going to open up. He doesn't want to burn out, but he wants to get that thing going. So that's piece number 2. Come on out of that. We're going to keep moving on. Now, we're about to get on the pull-up bar here, and we're going to talk about some pull-ups. So we're going to mix everything together. Now, shoulder passes is not just helping us to get full range of motion in the shoulder, but it's also allowing us to work at mid-range. End range is back here for some of you guys. You're hypermobile, you're all the way back here. You're my tight grandma, you're over here. So we want you right in the middle so you can feel comfortable finishing in every rep and staying strong in those positions. So hopefully now he's good and set to go. He's ready for the pull-ups. So what we're going to do, we're going to go for the pull-ups, and we're just going to talk about a couple of things. If you just look at us from the side here, this is what's going to happen. I talked about pull-ups, chest to bar pull-ups last year. Very important that the only thing we're thinking about here is in order to get the chest to the bar, it's not me breaking the ribs, letting the butt stick out. I don't want that broken position. I don't want this broken position. What I'm looking for is a more neutral position. The belly is tight, the butt is tight, and what's getting my chest to the bar is my elbows ripping behind my back. So no matter what type of pull-up he does, that's what we're looking for. So can you just show us a couple of just regular kind of straight-legged kipping pull-ups? Doesn't even have to be chest to bar. So if you just watch them from the side, go ahead, Carlos, go ahead and jump up. Just a couple of regular pull-ups. He's tight, he's looking straight ahead, butt's tight, belly tight. Go ahead and start kipping for me. You'll notice that he has a very good tight body position. Go ahead and rest a little bit. And he's kind of warmed up now, but usually his limiting factor is the shoulders. So what we're going to do is, as a friend, I'm going to come over and I'm going to do the following. Go ahead and jump up. I'm gonna put my hands on his upper back, and all I'm gonna do is just push through. And I'm gonna allow him to just hang, and I'll feel some cracking and popping there. If he can't handle this, he'll start wiggling his feet. But what I wanna do as a friend is just start opening him up, and he'll feel like he's starting to get way more range in flexion. Do you feel that?
Yeah, I feel great.
Oh, feel great. I feel great. So now we hit two things. We hit the shoulder in extension, and now we hit it in flexion. So we're hitting these both things, thrusters and pull-ups all in one. We're trying to look at it as one movement. Thrusters and pull-ups is going to be the same thing, it's just reversing the movement. One is pushing through, the other one is pulling through. Now, that being said, last thing we're going to do, just a couple of details for the pull-up. We can go regular kipping pull-ups where we think elbow behind the back, that gets our chest to the bar. Then we can do butterfly pull-ups. And then something that we notice is that when our athletes get tired, they can't kip. So Carlos is going to demonstrate here just a kipping dip. And I want you to just focus on the dip, on the kipping portion of it. Can you show us one? So he comes down to the bottom, pulls his thighs up to his chest, and then he kicks out of that. I've done a video on this as well, and you can also look that up on the site. But what we're looking at is come down again, he pulls up really quickly, creates a platform for himself, and instead of kicking down, he is driving his hips up. We can do this same thing in the pull-up. Can you show us that? Just a regular pull-up where he's gonna go pull the thighs up, kick out, regular pull-up. So thighs come up, kick, straight up. This is starting to look kind of like the Adrian Bosman kipping pull-up drill. Go ahead, one more time. And what you start seeing is that there's a little wave going on because the hang is very different than the support on the rings. So now, can you add a little kip and drive? You see what I'm saying? Can you add a little swing and pump? He's going to combine the gymnastics kipping pull-up and the kip that we use on the dip to combine it and make it that little bit of a, almost like a frog motion there. And that's kind of the Greg Amundsen style. He just does it with his legs a little wider. Just having those three options gives you some leverage, right? Carlos told me he's going to try to do butterfly chest to bar in the beginning. Yeah? Up to what run?
Maybe 6 or 9, I hope.
6 or 9, I hope, right?
I'm not Chris Miller.
I'm not Chris Miller. He is Carlos Andrade. Is even better.
No.
So he's going to start with the butterfly. Then he may go into the gymnastic style, which with straight legs may feel good in the beginning. But if that goes, we need to start using more options. This is that third option that I think sometimes kind of gets left behind. And if you just remember that you have these 3 gears, you can move through these ranges and you can make some stuff happen. And hopefully that will carry you over. But key thing is that in order to get your chest to the bar, it's not throwing your neck back and your chest up, it's ripping the elbows behind your back. And if and only if you're gonna throw your chest up, make sure that everything moves as one piece. So this is something we do, which is a combination of all these movements. I just wanna show you, come over here. Can you just show us the 3 steps? 1, 2, 3, reach. So Carlos is just gonna show us something. If you're just looking from the side, he's gonna reach in front of him as fast, as far as you can. And here's very important actually, when you reach in front, go ahead and put your hand there. Head goes in a little bit. What we're looking for is this nice straight line. Now, elbows go in the middle. So see if you can go elbows to the middle. Look at this neck, a little broken. We're gonna tuck the neck in. And now third part is reach all the way back. Yes, he's gonna try to tuck his head through. Now what we're doing is maximizing hip flexion and just getting this piece going. Now he's gonna pull all the way up. And when he pulls all the way up, he's gonna try to keep his chin in a little bit. Butt is on, and he's gonna try to go thoracic spine and then shoulders following. And now we're gonna do that one more time. Front, middle, back, and then up all the way, big reach, and then thoracic spine, trying to keep the chin in a little bit. Chin in, yeah, like that. That's what we're looking for. And if you do that little dynamic, can you do that kind of fast? See what that looks like? You'll notice that what you're starting to do is you're actually starting to get some speed in this thing. You're actually getting warm and opening up all these pieces, exaggerating your ranges, so when time comes to work, you're working in mid ranges and then you're golden and set to go. This is a very basic warm-up, but if you get this rolling, hopefully you get a couple extra scores. 12-5. I will see you guys next time, which will be regionals. Carlos Andrade,
my brother.
CrossFit Guayaquil.
Thanks
Let's
a lot.
go.
See you.